All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Actually, it's good evening. We just turned over. It's just hit noon. So, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? I guess it's not the morning mix today. I guess it's going to be the lunchtime mix. So, we're going to get a little lunchtime motivation at midday motivation on a Monday. So, Monday motivationing midday mix. There you go. That's an alliteration for you. Anyways, let's get after it, man. I'm not going to take up your lunchtime today. So, today is September 28th. We're about ready to hit October. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost over. 2020 is almost over. All the plans that you had, how are they coming? Have you put that effort into play yet? Or are you still just hoping that everything goes back to normal? Because things aren't going to go back to normal. You'll never be as young as you were when you made those plans. So if we assume that, then we can just say that, things aren't going to be the same. And it's okay. You're just going to have to learn how to be different. There was a point in time where you were in high school and then you weren't in high school and you had to learn how to do things a little differently. Obviously, 2020 is a little bit different, but the same application can still apply here. You just need to work in where you are and you can still grow. You can still be successful. 2020 can still be your year, but you've got to get after it. And don't look at 2020 as being a horrible thing, but just another day, another month, another year. And we'll keep it going. So today is the blueprint. And today's quote is, failing to plan is planning to fail. And let's go after this. I'm excited to see you guys. Oh, there you are. How are you doing? You guys like me in my red shirt? I'm at St. Charles Nissan now, as you know. So, feel free to come up and buy a car or used car, or even come up and buy a Hyundai. I can still sell those too. So, but anyways, let's get after this. Here we go. Boom. All right. So, this actually came to me as an inspiration. I was driving down the road along this road that's right near the dealership, and it just happened to pop out to me. And let me show you what happened to pop out. I took a picture of this so you guys could see it. So what this is, ladies and gentlemen, is this is a construction site right here that you're looking at. And it's right down the road from our dealership. And I love this picture. And this picture is actually what I saw. And I took a picture for you so we could do this video because it talks about it shows so much. And so I've been driving by this thing and I just happened to look over. I'm like, what is that? Because, if you notice, there are 3 large pillars right above the ground and then a whole bunch of little pillars or little white tubes or whatever that are poking up out of the ground. And also there looks like there's some concrete. There's some other things here. And I'm like, what is this, right? So I drive over there and I realize that what that is that's actually a stairwell for the building that's about to come. And I was like, wait a second. I'm like, man, that's kind of crazy that they would just have this, sitting here and just out there. And I started thinking about it. And then I started thinking like, man, how much planning did they have to do? And how much planning has to be done for you and for us to be able to put down the actual foundation of the structure that we want, put down the pipes, have them pop up, and then on top of that, put up the stairwell, all before you even start building the building and expect it to be correct. And I started thinking, and the more I started thinking, I realized how much it takes, how much planning it takes to build something like this. See, ladies and gentlemen, I think sometimes we got to remember that when it comes to building a building, that blueprint must be perfectly to scale. Otherwise, the building's going to be off or left or right, and the building's going to be, not fit to itself, or the foundation may not be sitting on the framework, etc., etc. But you can't buy tools and estimate how much it's going to take you as far as how much it's going to take you money-wise as far as your supplies if you've never planned the building out. So what I want to say, and I'm going to read it off my phone here. If you can't see, here is my phone. I got little quotes in here. So what I want to say is, you can only build what you plan for, ladies and gentlemen, because what you plan for will set the foundation for what you create. So, ladies and gentlemen, imagine here if for some reason they want to do a 2 or 3 story building, they have the foundation for that. They have enough stairwell and everything else. But if they wanted to do a 5-story building or a 10-story building, then this is not going to be enough. So they planned out how high they wanted this building to be, and then they put in the framework to make it happen. So the reason I'm bringing this up, and the reason this is so important, is because, ladies and gentlemen, in your life, are you planning, or are you just going by the wayside and taking things how they come? Do you have the life that you want? If the answer to that is yes, fantastic. Did you plan it, or did it happen that way? Ask a question for yourself. If you think your life can be a little bit better, let me ask you a question. Are you planning to do something different? Are you going to step out and say, hey, I want more, I need more, this is what I'm going to do? Or are you just assuming that you're going to get it because of the fact that you're you and it always works out for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to step up and be adults and start planning for the things that we want. So if you plan for nothing, you can't build anything of value, because you can't build, hold on, that's all wrong. Text to talk is bad. But basically, long story short, you can build something, ladies and gentlemen, but you can't get the precision that a home builder needs to build something of quality. You're an architect of your own life, and you get a chance to build and create everything you want, but if you're not willing to put the work in to plan it, then it doesn't work. So I love this building. Let me show you again. Just look at how precise that is. Like, those are measured out to be a certain distance away, all the way down, and those little pillars are a certain height and a certain distance, a certain width and a certain length, and they're placed at a certain spot on the building so to make sure that everything fits in perfectly. And it's just such good planning. Now, let's go to number 2. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you can dream and you can plan all day long. And that's great, because there's 2 parts to this. Like, you got to go out there and plan. You build the blueprint. You sit down. You measure things out. You get precise. You can do the blueprint all day long. But without execution, all you have is a great plan. So let's say, for example, ladies and gentlemen, I create this awesome, boom, look at this. It even says house. Look at how good that is. So I've got this awesome, let me show you my blueprint. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that. It's fantastic. It says house. Now I can have this blueprint because it's created by me, but if I'm not willing to put in the work that makes this house, then all I have is a good blueprint. So yeah, you can dream about something, you can talk to your friends and plan to do something, but without the execution to do it, ladies and gentlemen, nothing gets done. Okay? And then nope, not last, but we're getting close. Actually, it might be last. Let me go back to this one real quick. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You guys have heard that quote before. So the last thing I want to do is I want to ask you a question. Is that, tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild, precious life? Ladies and gentlemen, what is going to happen? What you have planned? Is what you're doing right now the only thing you're going to do for the rest of your life? Is there going to be anything else you choose to do? Or are you going to only just live in the now? Are you just going to live in the current life you have and just take that to the end? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have more in you than what you're presenting. Because even if you're presenting something magnificent, it doesn't mean you can't be exceptionally much, much better. But you have to say, I know for a fact that I can give more, I can do more, I can plan more. But the idea behind it, ladies and gentlemen, this feeling that you can is just the dream. Remember, let's go back to the slide right before it. You could dream about how much more you want to do. You could dream about the effort you want to create, or the positive impact you want to leave in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, we are only here for a short time. And this life, once it's gone, everything that we have goes with us. So you can dream all day long, and then you can plan it all day long, but ladies and gentlemen, we've got to execute and do. And so what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I don't often do this, but I have a call to action today. So this is pretty cool. So these right here, ladies and gentlemen, these are, can you see that? Yeah, you can. These are Post-its, and these Post-its are massive. Look at that. Let me see if I can get my arm up. Like, these are huge Post-its. And so there are 30 of them on here, and I want you guys to get something similar to this. I went to Amazon, it's like 15, 20 bucks, something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to write out 5 things that we want to do. 5 plans that we're going to do. Underneath those plans, later on, we're going to start writing in how we're going to accomplish those things with 3 different action steps. So we're going to start building and putting that framework up, and we're going to start posting these around the house. Now, the cool thing is that we're going to go ahead and get these. We're going to put them on the house, and they might change day by day. They might stay the same every day. Now, we're going to do it for 30 days. Now, why 30 days? Because we're going to be creating in our mindset what's already ours and putting it out there into the universe. You're letting God see that our plans are real. And once we do something like that, we have a much stronger chance of it coming to us, ladies and gentlemen. It's ours to create. So if anybody's interested in doing that with me, like I said, these are just giant orange Post-its. They're like, I think 15 inches by 15 inches. They're massive. Do this with me. Let's create our dreams. And maybe our dreams will collaborate and we'll have a little crossover, and we can create something massive together. But if we choose not to do anything and just hope for a better life, or choose not to do anything and just, dream and wish, or we choose not to do anything and we just complain about our life, nothing changes. It isn't until we do number 1, we draw out, let me get that up there, that house. We draw out our foundation of the house. And number 2, we get to action on that house, that we get a chance to create something magnificent from just the building blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, all we can see right now is the framework going up. Just like in your life, you might just see the basic framework going up, but eventually this will be something magnificent that will benefit others. What in your life do you have that would create something that will be self-serving to the universe, self-serving to the world itself? And that's what I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen. So that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. You're amazing, you're great, you're special. Remember, I believe and I love in every single one of you. And I thank you for being here today. And I hope you have a great lunch. Enjoy your day. And we'll talk very soon. At least Monday. I might have some more stuff for you tomorrow. We'll talk about it.